Willkommen bei Fahrradio. Ich bin Hans und das ist die letzte Folge in diesem Jahr. Im nächsten Jahr haben wir einiges vor. Zum einen wollen wir den Podcast ein wenig verändern, für uns und für euch. Nach über 10 Jahren auf Sendung ist es mal an der Zeit, oder? Wie sich das anhört, wisst ihr, wenn wir nach der Winterpause wieder loslegen. Und dann wollen wir uns auch selbst verändern. Wir wollen stärker werden, damit wir die Sachen mit dem Rad machen können, die wir machen wollen und dabei heil und gesund bleiben. Deshalb starten wir ein Trainingsprogramm, das zu uns passt. Es heißt The Over 40s MTB Programm. Ein Programm also für alle über 40, die mehr Spaß am Mountainbiken, am Radfahren und überhaupt am Leben haben wollen. Jetzt und in der Zukunft. Und in dieser Folge geht's los. Wir sprechen mit Ben Plenge, dem Mann, der das Programm entwickelt hat und der uns in den nächsten 20 Wochen als Coach dabei unterstützen wird. Er erklärt uns, wie das Programm aufgebaut ist und mit welchem Aufwand wir rechnen müssen. Denn wie alle erwachsenen Menschen haben wir ja auch noch andere Sachen zu tun als Radfahren. Hört rein und wenn euch das Programm auch interessiert, in den Shownotes findet ihr einen Link zur Website. Jetzt geht's los und zum Start stellt sich unser Coach gleich selbst vor.
Guten Abend, Hans, Thomas. Yes, my name's Ben Plenge. I am a strength coach for mountain bikers and motocross racers over here in the UK. And I run a business called The Strength Factory. So as well as working with athletes, I also work with a lot of everyday mountain bikers, like trail riders who have jobs and families and things like that. And they just enjoy riding bikes on the weekends. And I think your listeners might also be interested that, mein Vater kommt aus Deutschland, und mein Mittelname ist Udo.
Very nice.
Und ja, ich habe Familien in der Nähe von Dortmund. Und ja, mein Deutsch sprechen ist sehr schlecht im Moment. Entschuldigung.
Yeah, thanks. Great.
Actually, I'm half German, so yes. And I actually, I lived in Germany for a while. When I was in the British Army, I lived in Paderborn, only 8 months.
We'd like to get stronger. Thomas and me have been riding bicycles for, many years. And we have a tendency to do more than we can handle. And as we get older and, we don't ride that often and we don't do that much other sports, so we miss some strength and then we fall and healing takes longer when you're older. And actually we want to be able to do things we want to do. Thomas, maybe you can explain that. You explained that last week to me.
That backflip thing.
Yeah. Yes,
definitely. I have ideas of stuff doing with a bike, but have fallen off quite hard the last two years, damaging the shoulder and then the same shoulder again. and in the hospital they say, wow, it's healing brilliant for your age. but I'm relatively happy with the way my body works, but actually I miss strength. I mostly ride to work with a bike, but I have an e-bike because it's like 25 kilometers one way and it's just commuting. So it's not really to strengthen me. It's good, it's better than nothing, but it's not really exercise. Then there is work and family and hardly any time left. And then I want to be that weekend warrior that really does it on the weekend.
Yeah, this is a story that I've heard many times, Thomas. And it is, you're right to say that, for a lot of people who ride their bike a lot, who are busy, that strength is often the missing part. And strength, I think we all understand what strength can do for your riding, but it's also for your whole life as well, to be a strong person as you get older. And whilst we can't prevent injuries, maybe when you're stronger, you can maybe reduce them a little bit or recover from them quicker. And when you recover, you're in a better place. You know, if you have some time off because you hurt your shoulder or your wrist, if you were stronger before that, then you're going to be stronger after it as well. And, you know, whether you want to be a racer or the weekend warrior, you know, improving your strength, you know, it's been shown time and time again. You can Google the scientific papers. It will improve your endurance, which a lot of people don't understand. It also lets you ride your bike in different ways. So I think a lot of people now spend their whole time sitting on the bike climbing because your suspension's so good, and especially if you have an e-bike. But when you're a bit stronger, you can stand up and really push, and you can get up steeper, more technical climbs and be more aggressive. So you can choose how you want to ride the bike. And then, of course, the upper body as well. When you've got that bit more strength, you know, maybe in the summer you want to go to the Alps and ride for a few days or a week on the chairlift, on the ski lift. And, you know, all the road miles and easy cross-country miles, they don't prepare you for that, as you probably both know. And actually being strong in your upper body and in your riding position lets you enjoy your trip and keeps you safer, because you see the tired rider at the end of the day is one whose body position collapses and then they have a big crash or something as well. So I think that, yes, you are right. Strength is often that missing part for a lot of riders, and it makes a huge difference to your ability to ride lots of different trails, to recover and to be robust.
Well, and this is more or less the conclusion. We felt that we needed more strength, and then I soured the internet, and there are many plans. There's bits and pieces everywhere you can collect. Then I found that program that has over 40 written on it, and that was you. Could you explain in a nutshell what it's about, what it consists of, how long does it take?
Mm-hmm. My general approach is, you know, so maybe if you go to your local gym and see a trainer, a lot of them will be thinking more about bodybuilding and things, where maybe you do a leg day and a chest day and a back day, and it's all about, you know, looking good on the beach and things like that. But actually, if you do a full leg day at the gym and then they're sore and they hurt for 5 days because it was so intense, then that's not very good for your bike riding, obviously. So I usually use whole body training sessions, like you say, Thomas, where we're doing enough training to make a change, to get stronger, to get more robust, but hopefully not too much that you're not sore for 5 days. Mm-hmm. Now, I will say that we need to always have a long-term view. And if you've never strength trained before, then when you first start, you are going to have sore legs and maybe sore arms. And when you first start, your riding might not be as fun because you've got sore legs and sore arms. And so this is where a lot of cyclists and mountain bikers give up early, because they're thinking about the riding this week and next week. They're not thinking about how good their riding can be in 3 months or in 6 months, when you have adapted to the strength training, when it doesn't leave you very sore, and when you've actually become stronger, and then your riding improves. So that is the first thing I would say to anybody who is new to strength training, is that just accept that now, this week, next week, maybe for the first month, your riding will suffer a little bit, maybe, because you're going to have sore legs. You're going to be more tired because it's new. And yeah, but if you have the long-term view, then you will, if you stick with it and do it correctly, then you will be a better rider, fitter, stronger, more powerful in your whole body in the long run, which is what it's all about. And then you can just maintain it, and it's finding the balance that works right for you. So yes, you're brothers, but you're, different. And so one of you might tolerate more strength training and less riding, and your lifestyles and how you feel will help you to find the correct way to do it. I think that, so Hans asked me about the over 40s program, MTB program, and it's really a program that tries to give you the answers to those questions, without being so intense and crazy that you get hurt or you're really tired or that it takes too long, because we all have, I've got 2 children and a job and everything. And it's hard to find the time. And so it's a program that hopefully helps, the middle-aged mountain biker to find some balance where they can be stronger with a simple guided program over the course of 20 weeks. So it's a long-term program, not just a short program, to be, a better rider in, 4 or 5 months' time, basically. And I take an approach where for this program, we use mostly lighter weights and single leg and balance and control and things like that. And yes, sometimes we do pick up some heavier weights in the gym, or if you train at home, you can use like rubber resistance bands, they're called, for home training. But mostly it's about body weight, single leg, single arm, and things like that, which achieves what you want there, Thomas, but in a safe way that builds gradually week by week.
So I always hated gyms and exercising. We did that because we did competitive sports, canoe slalom, and we had to do that in always winter was with weights, and it was so boring. And how often do I have to work out in the week, and do I progress a little bit? Do I feel a little bit better?
I hope so, Thomas. First of all, thank you for your honesty about hating the gym. I was smiling there about how honest you were about that. But I mean, a lot of people, maybe they haven't had the best experience of the gym, and hopefully as the, COVID relaxes maybe and things like that, you can get into a more positive gym environment with good people so that it can be more fun, because enjoying it has got to be part of the process. Otherwise it's never going to last. And I think that when you have a plan and some structure and you see progress and results, that does help you to enjoy it a bit more, because you know that you're working and getting something back. So, and I think you asked how many times, do I have to go? And you never have to go. But I think that a general rule is that going about 2 times a week is a good way to make good progress. And then maybe in the winter you get a load of snow and you can't ride your bike and you have a bit more time, or you're off work, and maybe you do 3 times a week for a period of time. But then maybe the spring comes and the trails are amazing and you've got some friends visiting, so you just want to ride your bike, so you only go to the gym once that week. Or so it's never set in stone. It doesn't have to be the same every week. But a general rule is that 2 times per week is a good way, to make progress, maybe about 45 minutes to an hour each session. And I try to make it so the sessions can fit in a lunch break for people. So, it's a bit of a squeeze, but you should be able to do in a 1 hour lunch break, quickly put your shorts and t-shirt on, do some training, and then maybe have a quick shower before you go back to your office or desk,
Well, I work from home, so that's a possibility. And probably many people work from home, even more now, but like a couple of days per week. And I already signed up for your program, and I received a first email with a PDF. And there you write that at first it takes longer. It might take 70 minutes for the first time because you have to learn the routines you have to do. And you are getting more comfortable, and then you can do the sessions quicker.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's exactly right, Hans. And also, if the app I use, it takes a little while to, just get smooth at using the app. And obviously, all of the exercises have a video to explain how to do the exercise safely and to do it properly so that you make progress. And when you first start training, you need to watch all the videos, but maybe after a couple of sessions, you don't need to watch the press up video or the squat video again because you know how to do it. And then maybe you only watch the first 20 seconds to remind yourself. And so, at the start of the program, there is also more information as well. So you need to put a little extra time in to read the PDF to get set up so that you can then train effectively. But over the 20 weeks, I try to make it simpler and less demanding on your time. So we get the work done early, so then you understand as well, rather than just saying, Hans, Thomas, do your press ups, do your squats, I want to try and help you to understand what we are doing and why we're doing it as well. And so that helps people to be consistent and to work and to make progress. So that's at the start, it'll take a bit longer, and then you get better at training and better at using the app, and the time will be shorter.
I did have a look at the app already because, actually the signing up sort of throws you into the app. It seems to be quite nice. It has timers in there. You can set. Before I used like 2 different apps, like for intervals, and apparently this Train Heroic has those functions built in.
Yeah, so it is definitely more of a gym and strength app. It doesn't do the in-depth intervals for things like if you on a watt bike or like Zwift or anything. It doesn't do that. But if you want to do simple interval training on a rowing machine or a bike and things like that, then it does that. And it is I think it's easy to use. I started using it during lockdown, obviously, like everybody else. And there's other apps out there, but I found this one to be the best fit for the way I coach and the way I display my programs. There's a few strange things about it, like the name is Train Heroic, which it doesn't even sound good in English, so I don't know how it would sound to a German. And it's all in US dollars as well. And obviously, I'm over here, but they're small things really, because it does work nicely.
And you can't change the size of the text. I mean, we are over 40, so we'd like to have larger text. But
you have to pinch and zoom on your phone.
Doesn't work.
No?
No.
Oh, I'll pass that on to the guys at Train Heroic for the next update.
You have to wear glasses, so it works. It's okay. And I had a look and at the at the first week, and well, as you said, there are videos in there, and there's some coach instructions. So apparently this app is for coaches to give to their athletes so they can train after their program. That's a nice thing.
Didn't know that. You're an athlete, Hans.
Yes, I'm an athlete. You set a focus on breathing as well. And I quote from the app. You say, watch the video and spend some time breathing correctly. On this first session, you should take a good 10 minutes to work on it. Don't say you don't have time. That is rubbish, and you know it. So for our listeners, just that they get the tone. So I like that. It's not that formal, and it fits the spirit, I think.
Yeah, I try to be friendly, not too serious. So I guess I'm glad to hear you do like that.
And what I was wondering, you're talking about breathing, and are there people that breathe through their mouth mostly?
If you watch maybe a group of mountain bikers go past at the trails, I think that, assuming that they're not just talking, a lot of them, I think, will have their mouths open. Just they're not thinking about what they do. They're not thinking about to breathe through their nose or their mouth, but a lot of them will be breathing through their mouth nearly the whole time from the start to the end of the ride, even when it's easy. And I think, I've worked in different places. I see it in the gym where I work, and I think we can all see it in society now, and in general, you just see some people's mouths are just open, all the time, when really they shouldn't be. And certainly I was always somebody who slept with my mouth open, and I didn't snore, but I was definitely breathing through my mouth and not my nose. And when I look back through my 20s, my whole army career, I'm pretty sure that every time I went for a run in the army, I just breathed through my mouth, even when it was easy, right the way through to when it's hard. And so, but I think the mainstream now, and people like me and coaches and the public, it's very much in the public now, on radio, TV, books, online. We're beginning to understand and appreciate what a lot of people have known for a long time, which is that we should be breathing through our nose most of the time. And there will be a time on your bike or exercising where it becomes too intense and you have to breathe through your mouth, and that's fine. But with some training, you can go pretty hard with nasal breathing, and it's more efficient. You'll have better performance. The benefits are huge, and also just when you're sitting working at your desk at your home office, Hans, just if your mouth is closed and you're very gently breathing through your nose, you're not breathing too much. You're calm, you're relaxed, and it helps everything to function better. So we don't want to be a mouth breather. And the mouth breathing also ties in with things like bad posture and stress and things like that. Everything is related. Nothing is on its own. So if you can change one thing, it can affect other things, So maybe if you can't get your arms over your head because your shoulders are really tight, but you always breathe through your mouth and into your shoulder area, so your shoulders are always tight and your neck is tight, then if we can improve that, improve the way you breathe through your nose and using your ribs correctly, then maybe we can improve the way your arms go over your head and improve your mobility without ever doing the mobility exercise for your shoulders. These things happen all the time.
That's interesting because my wife is a yoga teacher actually, and she talked about that breathing topic too, and that it's really important, and you have to think about it and do it like on purpose, because it's not only the breathing but like how you sit, how you stand. I do a little bit yoga, but not that much. Is strength training yoga with weights?
Yeah, it's a good question. So every now and then I do a little bit of yoga. I do more, I guess, what I would call mobility exercises that I would do before I train. But I'm lucky. I don't have to make time to do mobility exercises because all day at the gym, I'm coaching people and I just do them with them, so we can do the coaching and the mobility together. Mm-hmm. But I'm not somebody who says this is the one way to do it, or this is good, this is bad. So if you enjoy yoga and it makes you feel good, then do yoga, Thomas. Hans, if you hate yoga, then don't do yoga, do something different, because all of these things, they're good for you. If you enjoy it, if you feel the benefit, then do it. As for strength training being yoga with weights, it's a little different, but actually you are right in a way, Thomas, because one of the most effective ways of improving your mobility, which is how you can move your body into different positions, one of the best ways to do that is weight training. So, if you've got very tight hips, let's be very general, very tight hips, you could do some yoga to improve your tight hips. You could do some mobility exercises, or we could hold a kettlebell or a dumbbell in front of your chest. That's called a goblet squat, and do some deep squats, gradually building up. We're not going to achieve it in one session, but over time we could do some squats. Maybe we can pause at the bottom of the squat, and we can then improve your mobility in the squat and in the hips through some weight training like that. So yeah, you are right in a way that all of these things overlap. Like I said earlier, yoga can get you quite strong. Some of those poses are hard to hold, and in the same way, strength training can improve your mobility and flexibility, so they all overlap.
So, Ben, can you just quickly explain how the program is built up? It consists of 5 blocks. Am I right?
Yeah, that's right. It's good to have a little structure to your training where you know that you're working on 1 or 2 things for maybe 3, 4, 5 or 6 weeks, But I use a 4-week block. And so you do a 4-week block of training, and in that time you get better at doing those exercises, you get stronger at doing them, and you can see progress. And then the next block of training starts at a slightly higher level, maybe with harder exercises or higher weights or more intensity, so that then each block you build on the one before, just like building a house, like layers of bricks. And by doing a 4-week block, we can also build in a little recovery at the end of the block as well, where, for 3 weeks we work hard trying to improve. And then at the end of the block, we can just take it a little bit easier to recover. And that is when you get fitter and stronger, really. And then you feel good to start that next block of training. So each block gives you the skills and the strength to do the next block effectively to get the most benefit from it.
I see in that PDF you give like simple newbie tricks like what shoes to wear. I like that. It's really, really good because, I mean, I want to do it right. And so these instructions are quite good. It's not much, but it is helpful, I think.
I want you to do it right as well, Thomas. It's easy to just put a lot of exercises on an app these days. The apps are very easy to use. They even have the library of exercises, but I use my own videos, but you don't even have to make your own videos if you're lazy. You can use the exercises on there. But I want the people who do my program to be fitter, to be stronger, and to enjoy mountain biking more, which is why we're doing this. And then the side effect is that you feel better in general life as well as we get older, playing with your kids and then your grandchildren and being fit and strong and not being that person. You don't ever want to be the person who used to mountain bike or, nobody wants to be that person. Maybe I'll be that person when I'm 101, but I don't ever want to be that person because I want to do the right things now that mean I can always hopefully ride my bike and go snowboarding and go for a run and, all of those things. So that's what I'm trying to achieve, that to get people on the right path, to look after themselves, to feel good, to enjoy riding their bike.
That's a good idea. That's a good idea. That thing that I was a mountain biker once. I mean, it will be different in 10 years and in 20 years, but it should be possible. And there are people that you see sometimes that show you that it's possible.
Yep.
And life could be more fun then in 20 years from now.
Who knows? Who knows what will happen? The world's crazy at the moment, isn't it? So I have no idea. But I hope that I'm still riding in 20 years, 30 years, 40 years. I don't plan on stopping.
So we are set on starting your program now, and we'll keep our listeners updated on our performances. At least that's our plan. So if they want to have a look at the plan or follow the plan, where can they find the information? Where can they find
of course. So my website is called thestrengthfactory.uk. And we'll put that link in there as well. And if you just go to the programs page, you'll see it there. Really easy to see all the different programs, including the over 40s that you are going to do. And if people want to follow me as well, you can go to Instagram where I'm strengthfactory_coach. And I try to post a few times a week, training and fitness and just some mountain bike stuff because, I'm always riding. It's pretty muddy at the moment. And I will definitely be following you guys and hopefully seeing you enjoying the program and making some progress. And, feel free to get in touch if you have any questions as well.
Yeah, thanks for introducing us and our listeners to the program. And I'm really looking forward to starting. Thomas, do you have any question that I forgot?
No, I don't think so. Thank you for your time, Ben, and to introduce you and your program to us, and I really look forward to what it will be in 20 weeks then. How it works out.
Thank you very much for having me on. Dankeschön und frohe Weihnachten.
Yeah, Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
Frohe Weihnachten to you and your family.